Gold is the colour of our live today. It's not just my ugly mush and Mike's ugly mush today. We have the lovely team from our operations, and I'm going to ask them all to introduce themselves in a second. But the point of today's session is to remind everybody who's coming along to the conference and gala dinner all of the things you need to know. So we'll go very quickly through the agenda. The lovely lady Carly and Becky will take us through all of the things you need to know in terms of logistics and days and nights and all this good stuff. And then myself and Mike will throw in the odd curveball during the session. So without further ado, Mike, introduce yourself just in case people don't know who you are before I introduce Carly and Becky.
Thank you, Jamie. Welcome, Carly and Becky. It's great to have you on the show. Mike Pavley, I'm the Partnerships Director at the APA. So it's my job to make sure we look after all of our lovely vendors and sponsors, and with whom we wouldn't be able to do events like our conference coming up on Tuesday. So big thank you to all of our partners. Carly and the operations team ably assist me on every aspect of partner management, and we're a big family. So our members and our partners will all be in the same room together, and we can't wait to see you there.
Thank you, Mike. Carly, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carly. I'm the Operations Manager of Accounts Payable Association. So I'm the one that makes everything tick over, give you access to your membership, your courses, and also obviously running our events and the AP conference coming up.
Thank you, Carly. And Becky, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am the Training and Events Coordinator officially. So I do all of the training day logistics, all of the event logistics, from joining instructors going out to making sure that the venue know what we need, numbers, table plans, pretty much everything AP conference and gala dinner related. I am in charge of doing all of that alongside Carly. So yeah.
Thank you, Becky. And yes, so before we start, look, this is a good time, isn't it, Mike? So we better say some thank yous before we start, I suppose. So yes, we have the wonderful Carly. Yes, we have the wonderful Becky with us today, who do an absolute amazing job to pull these events together. And it's not an easy job, let's be honest. Not only to pull together well over 400 people for day, well over 300 for the evening. And I'm saying well over because I think we're still counting. You know, we need spreadsheets. Carly's good with spreadsheets. So we do lots of counting. So not only does Carly look after us, myself and Mike and our entire team, but let me quickly do a big shout out to our entire team, which includes Bryony, James, Susie, Rachel, Anna, Kat, Costas, Michael Short, Paige, Phil, Fran, Humphrey, Liam, and all of our back team as well. So there's lots of unsung heroes who look after the Accounts Payable Association. All of those people I just mentioned will be there on the day. So please come and find us. We'll more than likely be dressed to the nines, or we'll be in AP logo T-shirts. You cannot miss us, I promise. And it is going to be the event of 2023 across the board, not just in our industry, across the board. It's going to be the event to go to. So look, very quickly, let me give you a quick rundown before I hand over to Becky, who's going to tell us all the information that we need to know. Just as a reminder, it's Tuesday, the 17th of October, which is next Tuesday. We will kick off bright and early, and we have to kick off on time because we've got an absolute ram-packed agenda. So our MC, our master of ceremony for the day, is the wonderful Michael Ryan, who has been warmed up. We've got a timer on him as well, haven't we, Carly, I believe? So we know we're going to try our best to wrestle that microphone off him. But if you've never seen Michael, he is just a wonder. He's a fireball. He's a wonder. He goes round at a pace, but he's a brilliant MC. He has absolutely supported the association from day dot. So it'd be great to have Michael on the session with us. We've got then agenda items throughout the day. We kick off with Karen Young from Hayes. After a quick introduction from myself and our headline partner or sponsor on the day, the team at Bottom Line are going to do an intro as well. We've got an absolute room full of not only individuals and members of ours, but partners, and we'll go through those probably on the day as well. We have our first keynote coming up as well in the morning. We have the wonderful John Sunderland Wright, who joins us, who's going to talk about the golden ticket. So that'll get you thinking about what the golden ticket's all about. He's a very interesting session, that one. We have panels throughout the day, 2 panels. We have panel 1, which is about finding your voice within accounts payable and how you motivate your team. We have Lubna Allen, Nicola Stevens, Rebecca Howard, Nicholas Briley, and Josie Phelps, who are running that panel. We then have Mary Schaefer, who's joining us all over from the States. I know she's arrived already. She's in the UK. She's messaged me saying, "What's all this rain? What's going on in the UK?" So we're already getting grief from Mary. So Mary's going to be phenomenal. We have workshops peppered throughout the day. We have the likes of Mark Harrison and Dan French. Susan Walsh is going to do a big workshop on sort of data integrity and how you cleanse your data. If you've never seen the wonderful Susan, come along and see that. We have workshops in the afternoon, which are all very, very educational. We have our partners who are going to give you case studies, really deep dive into some of the challenges that accounts payable face. We also have a panel in the afternoon as well, which is around dashboards, AP dashboards, how to build them, what to get from them. So we just literally have a day ram-packed. And then to headline it and to sort of cap it all off, Mike, you and I are definitely old enough to know who these guys. Carlin and Becky won't have a clue, but you're more than likely to watch the film. We have the wonderful Eddie the Eagle Edwards, who is a childhood hero of mine. He's an Olympian. He's just an all-round nice guy. His story is phenomenal. So if you don't know who he is and you're watching this, go on to Netflix or YouTube. I don't know. I'm too old to know where you get all this streaming stuff. Go watch his biography. Go and watch his film. It is phenomenal. It's got the wonderful Hugh Jackman and a few other very famous people in it, and that'll sort of preempt what he's going to talk about, but he will be amazing. So he's going to headline, and once we've gone through some of the detail on today in terms of the logistics, we have an announcement. We've got another keynote headline speaker who's announced to the lineup as well, but I'll leave that towards the back end of this session. So Becky, right, first time on a live with us, so I know this is nerve-wracking. It's live. You can tell myself and Mike are just experts at this, just cocking it all up. But Becky, tell us all about the very first day. So what time are you expecting people on the 17th? And walk us through, if you don't mind, what's going to happen throughout the day.
So you should have all received 2 emails from us with the joining instructions. So you should have a day one and a dinner one if you are attending both, because we are treating them as kind of separate events in terms of the information we give you. So for the day, we have the registration time at 8:30 for a 9 a.m. start. However, there is the caravan show in the same area on the same day. So I would probably recommend heading over a little bit earlier just to make sure you're there. We will all be there from very early in the morning. So sort of start coming from 8 a.m. would be kind of a perfect time to get you all in, and then make sure you're all there on time, ready for a 9 o'clock kickoff. There is ample free parking on site at the venue, so you don't need to worry about paying for parking or worrying about where you're going to park. There's lots of spaces and there's an overflow if we need it, but we won't. So there's lots of parking, so do not worry about that. Any issues with finding the venue, you should have my direct dial in the joining instructions, so you can just call me on there and I'll be able to assist where I can, or I'll be able to send a team member to come and give you further directions of where you're going. In terms of the day, obviously Jamie's run through the agenda. It's going to be a jam-packed day. Just to give you sort of a brief overview of timings that we're aiming for. So we will have a first break at 10:45 to 11:15. So there'll be tea and coffee available on arrival, and again at 10:45 to 11:15ish. So you will be able to get some refreshments throughout the day. Lunch is due to start at around 12:15. We do also have some workshop sessions going on throughout lunch, which you are able to attend. So like we said, a big jam-packed day with lots going on. And then we have our final afternoon break at 2:25, which is just before another one of our breakout sessions for the workshop. So again, you're able to get your tea and your coffee and then head into your breakout sessions to find out lots about the day. And then we are due to close at around 4:30. So it'll all finish off with, I'm sure, Jamie explaining what a wonderful day it's been. And then after that, we have to turn the room around, ready for our gala dinner. So the gala dinner drinks reception is due to kick off at 6:45. And then we are due to be seated at 7:15. Ready for a sharp start at 7:30, as we obviously need to get you all fed and ready and kick off the evening. And we have the awards. They're starting around 9:30. So that's the exciting part. We find out who the winners are. And then we have the DJ ready to go from about 10:30 all the way up until about midnight. And then we need to vacate the room into the bar area. And that's the celebration. That's the day. That's the plan. If you have any issues on the day, do come and find me. Any further information you need before, you can give me a call, my direct dial, or send me an email, and I'll be able to help there. And if you haven't received your joining instructions, contact myself or Carly, whoever's email you have, and I can get them over to you ASAP.
You see, Mike, we thought we were professionals. That was amazing. Thank you, Becky. So let me throw some questions at you, or Carly, either or, because myself and Mike won't have a clue. So let's talk about the gala dinner first. Dress code. Can I turn up in my Bermuda shorts and my Mike in his mankini?
No. The dress code officially is black tie, formal attire, dress to impress. That's sort of what we're going for. So, you know, get your nice ball gowns out, your nice tuxedos out, and let's make it a really, really nice dressed up black tie event if we can.
Oh, very good. Now, look, what I would say is to support that is come as dressed up as you possibly can, but also as comfortable as you are as well. So the last thing I want people to do is worry about, you know, dresses and dressing up and wearing suits and whatever. You come along and enjoy the evening. This is your evening. It's our community's evening. It's the industry and the profession. This is that first gala dinner evening. So we want it to be a really special one. So if you can push the boat out and dress up, absolutely. But the most important part from us is that you feel comfortable, you enjoy and celebrate, whether you're winners, runners up or whatever. As soon as that bar's open, I'm guessing Mike will be up there with his credit card. So drink from Mike. So that's the night bit. So in terms of, I know that there's been lots of questions about hotels, Becky. So we've supported wherever we possibly can. And I know a lot of the hotels locally probably sold out at this point. But I think if you look a bit further afield, maybe a 5-mile radius type scenario, you may well be able to find some other hotels on the booking.coms. You know, there's a plug for them. So we've done a good job, I think, of sort of allocating as many as we possibly can. But yeah, within 5-10 miles, Mike, the A45 around that area, there's plenty of hotels around there.
Yeah, Solihull, the region. The NEC complex is usually quite full. You've got the Resorts World opposite the Hilton Metropole. Again, lots of choice at loads of different price points. It's quite well served from an accommodation point of view.
Cool. And then I can't remember if you mentioned this, Becky, but if people are driving in to the day and the night, there's 1,000 free parking spaces at the front, isn't there? So there's no cost for parking for the venue. Probably they're in the joining instructions, I'm guessing.
Yep, in the joining instructions.
There you go. And the one thing I would say about when you put your postcode in, you know, on the sat nav thing, just be aware that you look out for the signs for the Motorbike Museum, because sometimes the sat nav takes you in a bit of a circular motion because you're on the NEC complex. So just look out for the brown sign that says the Motorbike Museum, and it's sort of well signposted, but sometimes the sat nav can get you a little confused. So when you come off the motorway, whichever way you're coming, or from the main road from Birmingham, just look for the big brown sign that says the Motorbike Museum, and it'll point you in the direction of this car park, which has 1,000 spots. So we're all good there. In terms of sort of the morning, the team have already said, we want you there as early as you possibly can, because we do have a caravan and motorboat show going on somewhere else. More than likely, they'll all come and join the association and become AP specialists towards the back end of the day. But be aware that obviously the motorways and the network could be a bit busier than normal, because their show kicks off at the same day as us. So if you're not traveling down the evening before, allow plenty of time. So I think, yeah, we kick off for 8:30, but if people do want to turn up earlier than that, as Becky said, we'll be in that room for probably 6 in the morning. So don't turn up at 6. But I don't know, 7:30 onwards, 8 o'clock, you're more than welcome to come and join us that time in the morning. I've got loads of comments at the side. Carl, is anything we've missed while I start posting some of the comments in the side?
The only thing that I will say as well is that at the venue, the Motorcycle Museum, there is a direct dial for any taxis, and they normally come straight away as well. And also any that are staying in the sister company hotels, so it's the Manor Hotel and the Windmill. Obviously, you can direct dial taxis from there as well. But obviously, we will help as much as we can to assist you with whatever you need on the day.
Perfect. Thank you, Carly. And again, so without giving too much away, both the day and the night, we've got plenty of stuff planned in terms of extra stuff that you might not know of, a bit of entertainment. The glitz and glamour has really been pushed out in the evening, I'm guessing. We have a drinks reception. We have a bit of entertainment. We won't go into detail. You'll have to be there it's that fear of missing out. There's that FOMO feel. So it's far too late, by the way, if you want to book tickets. We sold out weeks and weeks ago. But actually, it's going to be an amazing event on the basis of what our team have done. So I'm going to give another shout out to how Carly and Becky have sort of arranged this event, because we've done day events, haven't we, ladies? So we've stressed ourselves. We've got a small team. We're not huge in terms of our team. Mike keeps selling partner spots to the world, and he does a brilliant job, and he makes sure our community are well supported. But we're very well aware that we're doing, for the first time, a day and a night event. So my special thanks to both of you, because we're not events teams, are we? Let's be honest. We're great operations teams. We
do everything.
But you've done a really great job. And as always, our audience, our community are very forgiving if challenges happen. And if they do, they do. We will deal with it. We have 400 people in a room who are our extended team. That's why I sort of suggest that. So well done to both of you. You've done an amazing job. I know we're going to smash it. I know it's going to be the best we've ever done. And remember the bar. We set the bar each year, don't we? We go, there's the bar last year. Here's the bar this year. And then we'll get Mike. He wants to go and get Wembley Stadium, I think, for next year. But we'll see. Mike, any thoughts from you before we sort of close out today?
Only to say big thank you to our members who've stepped forward, supporting on the panels. I mean, it's by the members for the members. Again, I mean, there's contributions from our keynotes. Jamie will do a bit of welcoming, and we've got some other contributions throughout the day. But the whole day is run by our members and our partners, in effect, and we couldn't do it without you. So big thank you.
Yeah, I totally agree. And again, I'm posting some stuff on here, and we've got guests coming out through the day that you'll meet, both day and night. We have our extended team will turn up as well. It promises to be absolutely probably our biggest and best. And it's not because we don't put the work in. I know our team working into the early hours of the morning a lot of the time, and very guiltily I'm sitting there sipping on a glass of red wine. I'm not really, but they've worked exceptionally hard. Any questions you've got, Becky, just remind us. I think there's an email address people can reach out to. So it's obviously yourself and Carly, but is there a specific email you want them to reach out to?
I would direct it to me. Your joining instructions would have come from an AP events inbox email, but a lot of these emails do tend to go in junks and spams as they are blocked by firewalls. If you want to reach out to me directly, my email address is just rebecca@ap-association.co.uk, and I'll pick it up from there, as quite a few of I have emailed before, so I should be all okay to get your emails, and you should get mine. So yeah, just go with that one for now.
And I will leave the last comment to Gillian, and the answer is no. Could Eddie bring along you and Karen with him? She's obviously watched the film. Yes, and the answer is no. Look, it promised to be a special one. This is our last live before we do in sort of this the 17th. Any challenge you've got, our team are around most of today. We've got to give them the weekend off, but Monday, if you get any challenges, give us a shout. We can't wait to see you. We really can't. It's a rammed out day and night. Let's make sure we celebrate what the industry is all about, which is the wonderful community that we serve. Mike, thank you to you, mate. You've done a great job this year of building out the partner network. Ladies, thank you both of you. Reminder of thank you to our big back team, and I'll do a little bit of stuff on the day as well. And more importantly, thank you to our community for being there, supporting us, and just massively increasing the numbers that we had last year. We keep smashing these numbers. I promise you at some point I'll level it off and go, look, enough's enough. We've grown as much as we can. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, Mike. We will see you all bright and early on the 17th. Thanks all.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.